find resources to help them deal better with the demands of the school during midterms.
And Mississippi State journalism students win big at the annual Southeastern Journalism Conference Awards. We hear from some of the winners and what to expect next year coming up.
We begin today with breaking news. A Georgia man is in custody after high-speed chase leads to a crash in Columbus. Thank you for joining us this evening for Take 30 News. I'm Megan Gordon.
And I'm Chris Dougherty. One person is in custody. Another suspect is still on the run. 22-year-old Jalen Clayton was caught and arrested. The chase started shortly before 7 Thursday night when a Pickens County, Alabama sheriff's deputy stopped two men in a black car. The suspects then crossed state lines into Lowndes County and Columbus. Columbus Police Chief Joseph Dougherty said an officer was almost hit and that weapons were thrown out and recovered during the chase. The SWAT team was also called in. Nobody was hurt.
Wednesday, Mississippi's Republican-led House passed a bill that would expand Medicaid benefits to hundreds of thousands more residents in one of the poorest states in the U.S. A landmark shift after Republican state leaders refused to consider the policy for years. The bill's passage was greeted by applause in the House chamber following a bipartisan 98-20 vote. The vote now heads to the state Senate. The bill would expand coverage to about 200,000 Mississippians. The estimated cost to the state is $150 million a year, which would be offset by providers. The rest of the funding would be federal.
If you saw smoke near campus Thursday, don't be worried. The fires on the North and South Farm were scheduled controlled burns. Starkville Fire wrote on Facebook, in part, "Please be advised, the smoke is coming from a couple of large controlled burns over the next few weeks in different locations, so you will probably see smoke in the air." They went on to say that if you wish to burn inside the city limits, you will need to apply for a permit with a fire marshal's office.
Wildfires in Hancock County are threatening the Sheriff's Department headquarters. These are photos the Sheriff's Department sent out on Facebook. You can see just how close the flames to the building are. The sheriff says the fire began a week ago, but Wednesday it began to threaten the headquarters. Authorities are currently unsure of what caused the fire. The weather has gone from warm to cold to wet here this week, and today we hear from Tori Alvarado and what's to come.
Yeah, so we did have a lot of heavy rain and thunderstorms move through our area this morning, but thankfully they are clearing out, leaving us with some lingering clouds. And tomorrow we will continue to see those clouds clear out to make for a sunny day. And right now we are still feeling those cooler temperatures as well. Temperatures around the 50-degree mark to the upper 40s across northeast Mississippi. And I will have more on what's to come in full weather after the break.
Thank you, Tori. A proposal to move the Mississippi School of Math and Science away from the MUW campus here to MSU is not sitting well with some city leaders.
Take 30's Amy Sellers has the details.
Proposed would see MSMS currently on the Mississippi University for Women's campus in Columbus.
This will see the campus move 30 minutes away to Starkville.
MSMS is a public high school in the state that is geared toward gifted students in STEM. The high school currently only serves grades 12 through 11 and has a rigorous application and acceptance process. The Lowndes County Board of Supervisors claim they do not know why the bill is being proposed, but District 2 President Tripp Harrison has his suspicion.
I can make some assumptions. Are that if it's the facilities, well, shame on them. Shame on the Department of Education for not providing adequate facilities or continuing to pump capital investment into MSMS. If that is the case, I don't know if that's the case or not.
Another reason the board does not want MSMS to leave the W's campus, the size of MSU. Both Columbus Mayor Keith Gaskin and Harrison think that MSU's campus is no place for teenagers to be.
The size of the university that they are thinking about relocating to is an appropriate place for a 16, 17, 18-year-old child.
I know a lot of the alumni of MSMS, and some have told me that after they left MSMS and went to Mississippi State, that they would have had no business being on that campus when they were an MSMS student. So that's clear there.
Ending, Harrison stated,
"We're proud of the W, we're proud of the campus, we're proud of the people in the administration, and do not think it's appropriate to have any sort of move.
For Take 30 News, I'm Amy Sellers.
If the bill does pass before March 15th, Senator Dennis DeBar Jr. hopes that the MSMS can be totally moved off campus of the W for 2026 and the 2027 school year.
Last week, the Mississippi University for Women's name change to Winbridge State University of Mississippi has been put on a strategic pause. In a letter addressed to the school's alumni, the W's president Nora Miller wrote, "The process of change is always a difficult one, and that has never been truer than that of identifying a name for our beloved W that allows us to maintain our iconic brand while finding a formal name that indicates we welcome all students. With this pause, the W must wait until the next legislative session beginning in January of 2025 to go forward with the change."
A bill proposed by lawmakers in Jackson, Mississippi would close 3 of the state's 8 public universities. But lawmakers in the House and Senate said that Wednesday it's unlikely to pass. Under the proposal from Republican Senator John Polk of Hattiesburg, the board that governs the 8 schools would choose 3 to close by June 30th, 2028. The bill does not specify which institutions would close, but says the board would make the decision based on enrollment, federal aid, tuition rates, degree programs, and local economic impact. Citing declining enrollment at several institutions, Polk has said legislator is appropriating too much money to keep the universities afloat. Mississippi State's communication students made the university proud this weekend at the Southeast Journalism Conference. Aubrey Carter has more on Mississippi State's successful weekend.
Student journalists at Mississippi State traveled to Troy University last Friday to attend the annual Southeast Journalism Conference. Mississippi State competed against students from several SEC schools and other universities around the Southeast in the Best of the South and on-site competitions.
Mississippi State secured 23 placements in the Best of the South category.
The students also won 15 individual awards and first place overall in the on-site competition. In total, Mississippi State brought home a record-breaking 38 awards in various categories.
They say repeatedly, Mississippi State University, and the 250 people sitting in the audience just hear that repeated again and again and again, and it makes a statement.
Students were busy all day Saturday attending group sessions with professionals and participating in the on-site competitions. Saturday night, students gathered in the Trojan Center ballroom for the awards banquet and listened to CNN correspondent Tom Foreman as he gave the keynote speech and provided all the young journalists with words of encouragement.
To be fearless in your writing, in your hard work, you're doing a job that matters to people.
After the fun-filled weekend and well-deserved recognition, the students headed back to Starkville knowing that their hard work had paid off.
I was just so happy to get to see all the people that I work with every day grow and come into themselves as journalists. And I was just really proud of everyone that won or placed or was a finalist in anything.
Next year, Mississippi State will have the pleasure of hosting SEJC and showing everyone what it's like to be a Bulldog. For Take 30 News, I'm Aubrey Carter.
Next year's Southeast Journalism Conference is slated for January 2025, and Dr. Terry Likes and other members of the Communication Department will be leading the charge to put together another successful conference.
This past Wednesday, the Mississippi State Division of Student Affairs presented the Student Experience Expo. The event gave attendees a chance to learn about the various programs provided here at Mississippi State.
This is the inaugural Student Experience Expo, where all of the department heads from Student Affairs and Access, Opportunity, Success have come together to showcase the things that we're doing with our programs here at Mississippi State.
Other features of the event included a refreshments table and a projector showcasing various staff members from these programs.
After the break, we will go into dealing with mental health in this time of year with midterms. Stay with us.
And ready, break, hit break. Nice.
Place. We all have it. Often grown from deep roots in small-town communities. At Mississippi State University, our Carl Small Town Center is strengthening these ties. With nearly 40 years of making a difference, we're revitalizing communities into welcoming places to work, live, and congregate. By weaving together the best pieces of our past with modern technology and amenities, we're creating the hometowns of the future. Places where lifetime memories can be made, where you have all the things you need, along with all the things you want. Through partnerships with our communities, we're identifying improvement opportunities, recommending paths forward, and creating the plans for a better tomorrow.
Welcome back. Emmy-nominated Fox Sports broadcaster Erin Andrews will be this year's key speaker in MSU's Global Lecture Series. Hosted by the Student Association as a nod to Women's History Month, the event will allow for a Q&A session with Erin Andrews, allowing attendees to speak with her about her role in sports broadcast industry. The event is free for all. Doors to Bettersworth Auditorium in Lee Hall will open at 6 p.m. with it starting at 6:30.
This week, students at MSU celebrated the university with cake and balloons. 146 years ago, on February 28, 1878, Mississippi Agricultural and Mechanical College was born. Now, the university is home to the Mississippi State Bulldogs. MSU and everything that makes the university what it is today was commemorated all week by the festivities hosted by the Student Association for True Maroon Week. This year, the Student Association organized a birthday card contest. Several organizations on campus were tasked with designing a larger-than-life birthday card with their birthday wishes to Mississippi State inside.
I love it so much is just because it's like another fun event for students to come enjoy, but it's also a time we get to celebrate the university that we all love so much.
Birthday celebration is a yearly tradition. It may have been warm this week, but the only thing that seems to be heating up at Mississippi State is midterm season.
With tests just around the corner, Take 30's Callie Simonton spoke to students and professionals about handling stress.
It's midterm season at Mississippi State University, which for students often means higher levels of academic stress.
As every college student knows, sweatshirts like these, bags under the eyes, and a general tired demeanor generally means pulling an all-nighter the night before a test. But what does this lack of sleep mean for you and your mental health?
MSU Health Promotion and Wellness says not getting enough sleep can be one of many factors contributing to higher levels of stress, and despite school pressure, taking care of basic needs will lower stress levels.
So prioritizing the sleeping and eating at those key times in the semester, and also preparing yourself, right? Of like, okay, I know there's going to be a lot on my plate. What steps can I take?
Some students seem to be implementing HPW suggestions into daily life, such as creating consistent and realistic plans.
Kind of the best thing I do when I have a bunch of exams is on Sunday I sit down and I map out my week. So there's nothing that slips up or like comes up out of nowhere.
HPW recognizes that some student stressors cannot be solved with self-care. Gavalski says she knows from personal experience of attending state 20 years ago that student stress can be overwhelming.
Looking back, I know I could have benefited. I just didn't know enough about it. And there wasn't someone who was doing this work like I am now back then. And so I think that's important to the work I do, to make seeking help a sign of strength.
For more information on mental health resources and tips, students are directed to the HPW website. For Take 30 News, I'm Callie Simonton.
HPW says that with the launch of the Taylor's Health app last year, receiving help in a mental crisis has never been easier, especially during midterms and finals when on-campus counseling appointments fill up. For more information on mental health tips, visit their website.
Starkville Stride is coming to town for the third year in a row. It's a walking challenge that started today and runs through April 14th. The challenge is sponsored by the Partnership to Promote Healthy Habits. Individuals can choose to compete themselves or in teams of up to 16. To sign up, go to the Starkville Stride event on the Partnership's website and fill out this year's registration form. There is a $10 entry fee. Through the course of the challenge, individuals can win door prizes donated by local Starkville businesses. The team with the most steps at the end of the challenge will also win a trophy.
Coming up, Take 30's meteorologist Tori Alvarado will give us a look at what's next for the weekend weather after the break.
As concern grows over the declining health of the world's oceans, veterinary students at Mississippi State are learning how to rescue and rehabilitate vulnerable marine animals. Through a unique partnership between the College of Veterinary Medicine and the Institute of Marine Mammal Studies in Gulfport, Mississippi, students are experiencing the chance of a lifetime. Real-time research of this fragile ecosystem prepares students for a future in providing care for sick and stranded dolphins, turtles, sea lions, and other marine species. At the same time, MSU's advanced diagnostic technology is helping innovate for solutions while improving treatment and outcomes. Not only are the waters of the Gulf Coast opening new worlds of discovery for Mississippi State veterinary students, they are much safer now, thanks to this game-changing partnership that's improving life for literally hundreds of aquatic animals.
Nice, good job. I just
Discovery. It tells our history and determines our future.
It looks good. Yeah.
At Mississippi State University, we're digging deep,
If she likes starting there, then that's fine. If she's gonna
unlocking an understanding of our past,
great.
validating it.
40 seconds.
Middle East exploration by faculty and students is uncovering evidence that unravels ancient mysteries.
2.5 minutes to fill. So let's get
Scholars have long thought of the biblical kings David and Solomon as mythological figures. Our research offers evidence that supports their existence, boosting MSU into an international league of experts on archaeology. Now we're changing the way people think about the past, opening up new possibilities of understanding for future generations. Digging deeper, learning more.
And get ready for that graphic. Hit it. Nice.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Take 30 News. I'm Campus Connect meteorologist Tori Alvarado, looking out with you right now through our north-facing Davis Wade camera, and we can see that it's a rather gloomy Friday afternoon here in Starkville. Temperatures around 50 degrees and they won't drop much for tonight. Our overnight lows are expected to be in the mid to upper 40s across northeast Mississippi, so a rather chilly night. But for tomorrow, we will warm up drastically, being able to enjoy temperatures around the 70-degree mark all day on Saturday. So for this weekend, again, we will get to enjoy temperatures around 70 degrees on Saturday, and we will also get to enjoy mainly sunny skies as clouds will start to clear out as we move throughout that day. But on Sunday, the clouds will move back in, and we do have a chance for showers, but it will warm up a little bit to around the 75-degree mark for Sunday. So again, let's look at the timing of those showers. So for Saturday, again, those clouds are going to be hanging around in the early morning, but they will clear out by the afternoon, and they will move back in on Sunday, bringing in a line of scattered showers across northeast Mississippi. But as soon as they move in, they move right back out by Sunday night. So again, by the Sunday night, again, it will be partly cloudy, but if you're thinking, this has been a lot of rain here recently, well, there's more rain in store for the next week. For the next 6 to 10 days, we have above normal rain chances for this time of the year. So don't put those umbrellas away and don't put those rain boots away either, because you will need them for next week. So for that 7-day forecast, again, some clearing skies on Saturday with temperatures around 70 degrees. But on Sunday and Monday, we will warm up to around the mid 70-degree mark, but we do have showers moving back into the area, and that will continue for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday as well. But we will cool off a little bit on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to the lower 70s, and Friday will even get down to 68 degrees right before spring break. So if you're heading out on Friday, just keep in mind that it might be a little bit chilly once you're heading out. And after the break, we do have sports coming up, so stick around, and we'll come back with sports after the break.
When it comes to making the world a better place, it's all in the numbers at Mississippi State University. Our big data science researchers are creating astonishing new algorithms to model human behavior and consumer activity to identify anomalous purchasing patterns. Interpreting the data creates heat maps that can signal fraudulent activity and even predict likely cybercrime locations and perpetrators. And as the only academic institution to team with a state-level DHS agency in the study of transactional data of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, MSU is helping prevent misuse while ensuring that benefits are being used as intended. These successes are opening doors for similar research partnerships with banking, insurance, credit card, and other data-intensive industries, leading to consumer confidence in online and other transactions. Making numbers count. Mississippi State University. At University, student-led teams are taking one of the country's biggest health issues to heart. Out to unravel one of science's unsolved mysteries, researchers in MSU's Department of Agriculture and Biological Engineering are asking why and when healthy cells in human arteries can begin changing into bone-like structures that hamper blood flow. This calcification contributes to strokes and heart attacks, two leading causes of death in Mississippi. As part of their groundbreaking research, students are designing a 3D model that allows them to understand how arteries act within the body and what changes them. By recreating what is happening at the cellular level, researchers are pursuing ways to stop and reverse the process of calcification. Testing treatments could lead to new solutions, helping reduce the number of people struggling with the effects of poor heart health, and ultimately saving lives. Mississippi State University, getting to the heart of better health for Mississippians.
Welcome back to Take 30. I'm Elizabeth Keene with sports. Mississippi State's women's basketball team looked to stop a 4-game skid as it faced Auburn on Thursday night. Lauren Park Lane gets the scoring started for the Bulldogs with this quick floater. 4:38 second quarter. Jessica Carter with the tough layup and the foul. She'll head to the free throw line. Bulldogs still down by 12. 2 seconds until the half. Hello, Darion Rogers. She banks in a 3 at the buzzer. Less than 8 minutes to go in the third. Rogers with the steal. She finds Debrisha Poe for 3. Dogs trail by 10. Seconds later, Rogers wide open from deep, but that's as close as State can get. Final score, Auburn 77, Mississippi State 60. MSU will need to beat Missouri at home on Sunday to keep its postseason hopes alive. On the men's side, Mississippi State faced Kentucky in the Hump on Tuesday night. Chris Dougherty has more.
Took on the Kentucky Wildcats Tuesday night. The number 16 ranked Wildcats were welcomed to Starkville with a sold-out crowd. While students flooded into the Hump, others stopped by with me to give me their score predictions for the night.
We got the Dogs back in the Hump today. I'm predicting a 75-70 score, Dogs on top.
I got Mississippi State 62, Kentucky 58.
With a tall task ahead of them, the Bulldogs took the court, looking to use the fans as leverage to beat Kentucky in Starkville for the first time since 2008. The Bulldogs came out of the gates hot, looking for an upset in Starkville, but the Wildcats made sure to keep things close as this game soon became a back-and-forth affair. Josh Hubbard's dominating night continued with a big-time 3 from the right wing, tying the game at 89 between the Dogs and the Cats. Seconds later, however, heartbreak, as Reed Shepard hits a big-time floater for the Cats at the buzzer. Head coach Chris Jans had this to say about the loss.
You got to give them a lot of credit. You know, we had the game where we wanted it, and they flipped the script on us.
With Take 30 Sports, I'm Chris Dougherty.
The Bulldogs should still safely make the NCAA tournament. They will look to bounce back tomorrow at Auburn. After a slow start to the season, Mississippi State baseball picked up a good win on Thursday. Take 30's Cassidy Lambert is live from the DMC with more.
It was a chilly Game 1 at the Dude, but the Bulldog bats were hot as the team drove in double-digit runs for the second game in a row. Mississippi State baseball faced Mount St. Mary's last night in Game 1 of the weekend series. The Bulldogs altogether had 12 hits, 12 runs, and 11 RBIs while only giving up 2 points defensively. Amani Larry reaches a career high of 4 in walks against the Mountaineers. The Bulldogs and Mountaineers will return to the Diamond for a doubleheader Saturday. Game 2 will start at noon, followed by Game 3, which will start 40 minutes after Game 2 ends.
They're taking walks right now, which we didn't do 2 weeks ago, and they're getting better pitches to hit. We got good offense. There's some really good players in there, and they've been able to play the game a little bit. I've been, we'll get a bunt, move a guy over, drive a runner in. We're doing a good job with that right now.
The Dogs were supposed to play Game 2 of their series today. However, it has been pushed back due to the rain.
Baseball isn't the only sport finding success on the Diamond. Take 30's Eli Wilson takes us through MSU softball's dominant game against Southern Miss on Thursday.
Mississippi State softball faced off against Southern Miss last night to start the Bulldog Invitational.
Madison Kennedy hit a 2-run home run into center in the first, followed up by a 3-run home run deep into left field by Nadia Barbary. That put the Bulldogs up 6-0 in the second. The Bulldogs would go scoreless in the third, but followed that up with another 3-spot in the bottom of the fourth, making it 9-0. The run rule was in effect, and the Bulldogs went on to win easy in just 5 innings, 9-0, improving their record to 12-3 on the year. Head coach Samantha Ricketts had this to say about the performance.
Yeah, I thought, we came out swinging, did a good job staying within our plan. Got to see a lot of different pitching on the road, and I think, kind of got away from ourselves, and so that's kind of been the message this week is let's get back to being aggressive within our plan and in our zone, and I thought they did a good job of not trying to overswing and do too much and just really pass the bat up and down the lineup.
The softball team will face off against Alcorn State, Troy, and Sanford this weekend as a part of the Bulldog Invitational. For Take 30 Sports, I'm Eli Wilson.
That's all we have in sports today. Let's hear about our weather as we head back out to the ballpark this weekend.
So keep in mind that just because there's not any showers predicted for Saturday, don't put that rain gear away. Keep it out for next week so you can have that ready before you head home for spring break.
Awesome, and with Take 30 News, I'm Chris Dougherty.
I'm Elizabeth Keene.
I'm Megan Gordon.
And I'm Tori Alvarado.
Good night, folks.
That was